Welcome back to Yoga for Irish Dance. My name is Amelia, and today we are going to be doing some gentle yoga that you can use on any rest day you have. So in between dance classes or training days or cross training, this would be really nice to do, just a little treat for your body. So, and your mind, of course. Get into something comfortable, grab a pillow, grab a bolster, maybe a block, whatever you've got at home, and let's get started. So we're actually going to start today's class standing. So go ahead and join me standing in the middle of your mat or at the top of the mat, either way. We're going to bring the feet parallel, hips distance apart, so about 1.5 to 2 feet. And we're just going to start in a tall Tadasana mountain pose. So shoulders roll down and back, palms face the front of the room. We have energy through the top of the head and down into the earth through the feet. We're grounded through all four corners. We're lifting those kneecaps, core is engaged. We find a second of stillness here. As you find your stillness, check in with the body. Just do a quick scan, see if there's how it's feeling. Not stopping or taking too long in any one spot, just noticing how the body's feeling as we get started today. Because this is gentle rest day yoga, as always though, no judgment of ourselves or others or where we're supposed to be. I've got my dog with me today, so if you see her wander in and out, she's doing some yoga with us. We're going to take a nice big inhale. Inhale, reach the arms long overhead. Exhale, pull to heart center. Do that again. Inhale. You might take the gaze up to meet the hands and allow it to follow down to heart center. 2 more times with the breath. Again, just noticing any sensation in the body. Noticing where the breath is at naturally, not changing it. On our next inhale, we're going to inhale, reach up. On our exhale, drop those shoulders down. You could choose to clasp the hands, index fingers pointed to the sky, and then take a little lean. As we lean, we're grounded through that opposite leg. We're open, we're not collapsed over here. Rib cage is open. Inhale, tall. Exhale, release. Other side. Inhale. Hands can remain unclasped or clasped. Exhale, little hinge. Again, keep some weight in that opposite foot here. Open through that side body. Coming tall. Exhale, release. Just gently treading through the feet for a second, picking up one heel at a time. If there's something that feels really good to you here for your feet, maybe rolling over the top, stretching through the toes, gentle ankle circles, kind of whatever you need here. And that goes for the rest of the class as well. If we get into a pose that feels really good for you today, feel free to stay in it as long as you like. Or if it doesn't feel good, feel free to come out and do a different pose that would feel better for your body today. Really try to tune in with what your body needs on this rest day. Maybe give a little shake each side. And then come back to that tall Tadasana here. Nice. We're going to make our way to the floor. So inhale, reach long, exhale, folding forward. Nice deep bend in those legs. You might come to a block here if you want a little extra support. But you certainly can keep the legs bent as well. Just releasing here. Maybe find a gentle sway side to side. Nod the head yes and no. are gently going to bend those knees deeply. Allow the heels to come up, planting the hands. Gently find your way to tabletop position. However feels comfortable for you. As we get into some things here, like I said, you might want a blanket or a different prop. That's totally your call. But we're going to start with a gentle cat-cow. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, starting with a nice flat back. On your next inhale, drop the belly low, take the gaze up. Exhale, round it, C curve of the spine, navel pulls up, we look down, and we move through those again. Just noticing again your breath, where it's at today, how slowly or quickly it feels natural to move, and then listening to your body and where it wants to be. Finishing one more cycle, we'll all meet in a strong tabletop position. Energy extending through the top of the head all the way down through that tailbone. We are going to bring the knees to the outer edges of the mat and let the big toes find each other. Lots of options for your child's pose today. So, as always, as we press the hips back, hands could reach out long. You could bring the hands under the head. You could grab a block for under the head, or one of my favorite things to do is to grab whatever you have for a bolster. Give it a little fluff. Bring it under the hips a little bit. So there's a little bit, it kind of comes back to my heels. I can sink down on it, and then I can use that bolster to support my body as I move into my child's pose. Because this is rest day yoga, it's all about what feels comfortable for you, for your body. Finding that breath again, that nice deep inhale, exhale. When you're ready, we're going to gently push ourselves tall with those hands. We're going to walk the knees in. If you've got a bolster, we're going to scooch it out of the way for right now. Gently we'll find our way to one hip, and then our way to a tall seated position. Easy pose here. Sitting tall on those sits bones, so those two pelvic bones. Want to feel them, feel grounded into the earth. Sit up nice and tall through the top of the head, and just check in again. We're going to move into a nice gentle twist here. So inhale, reach long. Exhale, open to one side. We don't want to pull here. Think about growing taller through each vertebrae with each inhale. And then if you want to, finding a little more rotation on your exhale. Inhale a little taller. Exhale, release. Other side. Inhale. Exhale. Finding that length again through the top of the head. And then gently looking over that shoulder if you want or are able to. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Nice. Excuse me. We're going to move to bringing the feet straight out in front of us. And you might want your bolster again for this, or another pillow, or rolled up blanket, whatever you've got. I'm going to steal this pillow. We're going to bring our feet straight out in front of us, and then grab whatever you've got. Give it another nice little fluff. And then what we're going to do is we are going to gently inhale tall, exhale, round forward. And we're just going to hang out here for a second, allowing the release maybe through those hamstrings, through the legs, maybe through the back, wherever you feel it. Just notice where that sensation is. Really enjoy this moment of stillness, this moment of where you're at in the present. Really allowing the mind and the body this rest. Nice. On your next inhale, just gently sitting tall. We're going to move our pillows or our blankets for a second, whatever you've got. Your dogs, if they're around doing yoga with you. And we're going to give a little love to our feet. So the feet and the legs can stay extended if you want, or you might choose to come to Baddha Konasana, the feet touching each other. We're going to do a little foot massage. You can also step the legs in so that the upper body can kind of drape on those legs, and then just pick a foot and start doing a little massage here. Again, whichever position is most comfortable for you, that's where I want you to be at. Make sure you get through that arch, into the heel, and all the little toes. And make sure you switch sides. Get the other foot. You might even get into the calf a little bit. All those tendons. That foot, whichever position you're in. I want you to inhale tall, roll the shoulders, loop the shoulders down and back. We're going to do that a couple of times, so whether the legs are extended, soles of the feet together, or maybe you've come back to this easy pose. Just lifting the shoulders, rolling them down and back. Last one, and release them down. We're going to make our way lying on our backs. So if you want to have a pillow there to rest your head on, get that set up. We are going to leave the knees bent. We're going to to take the arms at a T. You can either extend them out or leave them kind of like scarecrow arms is what I would call them, with a little 90-degree bend. But we're going to take the knees and we're going to first start just by windshield wipering them side to side. The rest of our body stays pretty still here. We're letting the hips get this massage, the low back a little bit. And then we're going to take both legs over to one side. And then whichever side your knees are pointing, go ahead and take the gaze to the other side, finding a gentle spinal twist here. Notice the sensation. And let's bring the knees gently back center. And then go ahead and windshield wiper them a couple more times, just taking those knees side to side. Feeling that massage through the hips, through the low back, maybe the knees. Just notice where you feel it. And then we will let the knees gently find the opposite side this time, falling to one side. Take the gaze over the opposite direction. And there's no, right way for the legs to have fallen. Just really allow the body here to fall in a way that's most comfortable for you. And bring the knees back center. We're going to hug one knee gently into the chest. Give it a little tug, a little hug to the chest. Opposite leg can stay bent, or you could extend it out, totally your call. Decide where you want to be holding onto this leg. If you wanted a strap, you could also use a strap here. But what we're going to do is just gently guide the leg in some circles here. Start by circling the hip out, really trying to relax the leg in the hands. Make sure you switch directions, circle in as well. Gently setting that foot down, we pull the other thigh up, gently hugging that knee to chest. Give it a gentle pull in, and then we begin circling out with the hip. Again, holding the leg wherever or however is most comfortable for you. As dancers, we definitely use our hips and our legs a lot, so this should feel really nice. Make sure you switch directions if you haven't already. And release that foot to the ground. We're going to move into our Savasana now. If there's anything else you want to do, maybe a little ball pose, pulling both knees into the chest, giving a little hug, or happy baby pose. If you would like to do that, get a little bit more movement out, you can go ahead and feel free to do that now. If you don't have time for Savasana today, that's okay as well. But if you're staying, it's our little moment of quiet and peace at the end. You can go ahead and keep a pillow under your head if you want. You could bring the soles of the feet together, a little Supta Baddha Konasana. You could support the knees if you're here, if you wanted. You could take both legs out straight. You could curl up under a blanket. Really, really, whatever you want today for your Savasana, go ahead and get set up there now. Maybe rolling the shoulders underneath, allowing the palms to face up. Begin to notice again the breath. Seeing where that inhale, exhale is in the body. Seeing if it's a shallow inhale, exhale, or a deep inhale and exhale. Noticing any sensations. You might find a soft focus or allow the eyes to close. If the mind begins to wander or you find yourself thinking about other things or have distracting thoughts, that's okay. You can gently acknowledge those, release them, and come back to that gentle breath focus. Especially on our rest days, which are so important to take. We want to find rest and relaxation, not only for the body, but for the mind. So always coming back to that inhale and exhale. Next exhale, we're going to begin maybe wiggling the fingers, the toes, finding a soft movement here. Just beginning to reawaken the body. Taking your time here. We're going to gently make our way seated, so however's most comfortable for you. Today, I'm going to roll gently to one side, extending my bottom arm out. I'm going to take a second. And then I'm going to press myself tall. But however you get to your seated position today is wonderful. Coming nice and tall in those sits bones. I'm going to take a breath here all together, gently opening the eyes if you haven't already, if they were closed. Nice big inhale. Exhale, pulling to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today for gentle yoga on your rest day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you next Friday. Bye. I thought it'd be fun to have you for gentle yoga. And I think you just wanted to sleep the whole time.